What's going on, guys? Coach Key here, and today we're going to be going over one of my personal strength training workouts. Spoiler alert, yes, we will be using weights. So for all you old school boxing coaches or wannabe coaches, yeah, we're using weights. With all the proof and all the science backed behind how weight training can actually help your boxing, punch power, punch speed, mobility, endurance. Yeah, you got to be living in the Stone Ages to not be utilizing strength training workouts. But of course, you got to do it right. Otherwise, it actually can hinder your boxing. So let's go ahead and get into it. So, first things first, we're going to warm up. That stretching, shadow boxing, jump roping, whatever it is that you do. Get nice and warm, get you some dynamic stretches in, high knees, A skip, B skip, C skips, all of that fun stuff. Then we get over to these weights. Now, as you saw, the first thing was the deadlift. Now, notice I'm not using weights on this first set of everything. This is what's known as the range of motion set. So I'm slowly just going through the motions of the workout, getting my muscles and joints used to this motion. So we started off with deadlifts. Then we went into bent over rows. And we would hold or pause at the top of the bent over row for 2 to 3 seconds. And now we're going into the RDLs, or the Romanian deadlifts. Everything right now is slow and controlled, getting the body used to the motion, loosening up the joints, and just getting the muscles to slowly react. So the very first set of everything, I'm doing one circuit. So I'm going from one workout to the next with a very short rest in between. Now, when we get into the actual workout, we won't do that, and I'll explain a little later. So now we're going into the shoulder press. Again, range of motion. Notice how I'm going slow. I'm coming up. I'm going over my head and bringing it back down. So that is one set of 10. All of these motions are one set of 10. We're just getting in the groove and getting in the motion and getting in the swing of things. Now, the final movement that we're going to be doing in the warm-up set, or the range of motion set, is one set of 10 shrugs. Now, when you're doing these shrugs, you pull those shoulders up to your ears, or as close to the ears as you can get them, and we pause at the top. Flex that muscle, get a little tension there, then we slowly bring it back down. Remember, range of motion set is slow and controlled, with about 60 seconds, maybe 30 seconds between each movement. Now, deadlifts is the only time that I'm doing this. I have an actual warm-up set of deadlifts, and we put just one big wheel on each side. So we warm up with 135, 10 reps, just getting used to a little bit of weight on the bar. Now, for each workout, you're going to see the amount of sets and reps. So today is strength training, so everything's going to be heavy. So we have one set of 10, about 50% of your 1 rep max. That's what 1 RM is, your 1 rep max. After you bust out these 10, your rest between this set and your next set, which is your first official set of deadlifts, will be about 90 seconds to 2 minutes. So you're going to knock out all of your deadlifts. 1 set of 10 for the warm-up, 3 set of 5 with about 85% of your 1 rep max, and then 3 sets of 3 with about 90% of your 1 rep max. And you take approximately 2 minutes in between. This is metabolic resistance training. So we want to keep the heart rate up. We're not getting full recovery, but we're getting enough recovery to be able to bust out the next set without being too tired and breaking form. So with everything that we do, about 90 seconds to 2 minutes will be your rep between sets. Now, from the deadlifts, about a 2 to 3 minute rest. And now we're getting into our bent over rows. Yes, I do a little rock. So all the form police, I don't want to hear it. So with the rows, 3 sets of 5 and 3 sets of 3, 85% and 90% of my 1 rep max. And each rep, you see we do a little pause at the top. We hold it for 2 to 3 seconds at the top to get that real tension on them rhomboids, them rear delts, and them lats. So boom, we finish with them rows, about a 2 to 3 minute rest. 90-second to 2-minute rest. Now we kicking out them RDLs, the Romanian deadlifts. So again, 3 sets of 5, 3 sets of 3, 85% of your 1 rep max, and 90% of your 1 rep max. Or if it's too heavy, or you're fatigued, you can keep the same weight on and do 5 reps and then 3 reps. But it gotta be hard enough to where by rep 2 or 3, that's almost all you got. It's borderline till failure or almost failure. Now we get into the shoulder press. 3 sets of 5, 3 sets of 3, 85% and 90% of our 1 rep max. Now all of these movements, rows, deadlifts, shoulder press, shrugs, everything, we are trying to move this weight as fast as we can. This is how we generate power. If we go slow, it will be hard to learn to fire that fast twitch muscle, which will cause us to not be as powerful or as fast. So with all of these movements, we're trying to move that weight as fast as we can. That is power. The amount of force you can generate when moving a certain amount of weight. Then of course shrugs, because you got to strengthen them traps in your neck. That's your shock absorber. After this, cool down with a little stretch and some mobility movement to make sure you're not tight, because then you're going to blame it on the weights, because people keep lying and saying weights slow you down and make you tight and less flexible. So here is the entire workout. You guys take a screenshot of it, copy it, and if you found this video interesting, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell, and stay tuned to more Keys to Boxing.